Welcome to another episode of the Expert Digital AI podcast, where we deep dive into artificial intelligence, generative AI, and digital transformation.
Ever feel like we're on the edge of something massive? Tech-wise, I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, forget flying cars for a second, though. Fun fact.
Right.
This article we're looking at from DX Today blog says those are actually being developed.
Wild. Right.
Yeah.
But even without them, AI is already changing how we get around.
It's true. And it's way more than just self-driving cars, which is what everybody thinks about.
Yeah. This article does a great job of highlighting those innovations.
It does.
Like the stuff that isn't always, front page news.
Yeah.
But it's going to be transformative.
Totally.
It's really going to shake things up.
Yeah. It's like a fundamental shift, not just like, oh, we're making this a little bit better. It's a fundamental shift.
Right. We're talking safer, greener, just smarter, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we're diving into today, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So, okay, we got to start with the self-driving vehicles, I think.
Of course, yeah.
Because who isn't, like at least a little curious about those, right?
Everyone's thinking about it.
And this article goes deep. It mentions everything. Autonomous trucks, which, whoa, that could be huge for logistics and shipping and all that.
Huge.
To self-driving buses, which could totally change public transportation.
Especially in underserved communities where, public transportation is already a challenge. This could really bridge some gaps.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what I think is really interesting, the article cites a study predicting that autonomous trucking alone, just that one application, could save the industry billions of dollars annually.
Billions. Okay, now you've got my attention.
In fuel costs and just efficiency gains.
See, that's what I'm talking about. But, okay, let's be real. We've all been stuck in traffic.
Yes.
Right.
We all have.
And this article talks about using AI for this thing called predictive traffic control. Basically, it's like algorithms looking at live data from traffic cameras, even our phones.
Your GPS, yep.
To try and predict where the traffic's going to be bad and then just like telling the lights when to change.
It's like having a citywide intelligence coordinating traffic flow, like a conductor.
That's why.
Instead of just being these dumb lights that are on timers.
And the benefits.
Huge.
Huge. Reduced commute times, right?
Please.
Less fuel consumption. And that also means fewer emissions. Okay, that's impressive. But this next part, this blew my mind. The article talks about, get this, AI being used for predictive maintenance.
Oh, wow.
So they can analyze the data from sensors, right?
Yeah.
And predict when a vehicle or even a bridge
wow.
needs repairs before anything goes wrong.
That's amazing.
How is that even possible?
Think about it. A network of sensors on a bridge constantly monitoring and setting alerts to engineers long before a crack is even visible. That's the power of this stuff.
So it's like having a crystal ball for the entire transportation system. Like, ooh, that bridge is going to have a problem in 2 years.
Exactly. Yeah, it's wild. But, as with any powerful technology, there's always another side to the coin.
Oh, for sure. There are always downsides.
And the article talks about that too. Job displacement, cybersecurity risks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If our entire transportation systems are connected, what happens if somebody hacks them?
Right. Everything's connected.
That's a big question, a big concern.
So it's not just about like, ooh, cool AI. It's about how that tech changes everything.
Exactly. It's about responsibility.
Yeah.
And making sure that it benefits everyone and that it's implemented responsibly.
Because we've seen what happens when it's not, and it's not always pretty. So where do we go from here? The article kind of hints that in the future, AI isn't just going to improve parts of the system, but it'll be running the whole thing.
Be in charge of the whole transportation ecosystem.
Right. Like it's conducting the whole orchestra.
Exactly. Imagine a world where self-driving cars, smart traffic lights, public transit.
And talking to each other.
All connected, all in sync, a real symphony of efficiency.
Okay, now you're just showing off.
But, it's closer than you think.
A symphony of efficiency. That sounds oddly appealing, actually.
A lot of the pieces are already in place. Mm-hmm. The real challenge now is connecting them in a way that works for everyone.
And that's the key, right? Because technology can sometimes help some people a lot more than others. But what would it actually look like to commute in this AI world?
Okay, so imagine this. Your alarm goes off in the morning.
And instead of me scrolling through traffic apps with my eyes half closed, my AI assistant tells me the best way to get to work.
Yeah, but it's already factored in. Everything.
Everything.
Real-time traffic, obviously. But weather, if there are any accidents, even if your electric bus pass is like cheaper on Tuesdays or something.
Okay, that's wild.
You just get ready. And you know you're taking the best route.
Okay, wait. This assistant, though, is that actually in the article, or are we, like, getting carried away here?
It's in there. It's in there. It all comes back to this idea of AI-driven personalization.
Okay, yeah.
Right now, it's navigation apps suggesting routes. But imagine that, but like bigger.
Way bigger.
Your whole commute is like planned out for you, and it's all connected public transport, those ride-sharing things. Even like if you want to take a scooter, it knows.
Okay, now I'm picturing a flying car again, but one that also knows to stop for coffee on the way. But really, though, this hyper-efficient system, less pollution, right? We've got to be doing something good for the environment with this.
Absolutely. There's a quote here. It says, AI-managed traffic has the potential to reduce urban transport emissions by 20% in the next decade.
Wait, a 20% drop just from traffic? That's like smarter. I'm starting to like this whole AI thing. But hold on, with everything connected like this, wouldn't that make us more vulnerable? What if, like, somebody hacks it all?
Yeah, that's definitely a worry. And the article mentions cybersecurity for sure.
Right, because it's one thing if my Spotify gets hacked. It's another thing if my car does.
The more connected a system is, the more important it is to keep it safe. We're not just talking about, credit card numbers here, but like actual people's safety.
So it's not just about making sure the AI works. It's about making sure it's built safely.
From the ground up, yeah.
From day one.
And making sure that everybody can use it.
Oh, right.
Because if only the people who can already afford it can use it, that's not good. That's just going to cause more problems.
It's like we're designing the future of transportation here, right? It can't just be like a utopia for some people.
Exactly.
And a nightmare for everybody else.
Right. And we're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
Like this article, this is just, a snapshot.
Right. Like a moment in time.
What seems crazy futuristic now, we might not even think about in a couple of years.
That's kind of freaky, actually. So with everything going on, what does the future even look like? Can we have it all, like, make it efficient, but also good for the planet and make sure it's fair for everyone? Or is that just, like, impossible?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
The million-dollar question.
Right.
And I don't think there's an easy answer. But by talking about it, by, really understanding the good and the bad,
yeah,
we can at least try to steer things in the right direction.
So it's not about just waiting to see what happens. It's about, like, actually making choices.
Exactly. We can't be passive here. And that means asking the tough questions. Like, the article mentions jobs.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't really go into detail.
Right, because, like, self-driving trucks, cool.
More efficient.
But what about the people who drive trucks now?
Exactly.
That's their job.
This technology could really change entire industries, and we need to be ready for that.
We can't just ignore it.
We can't just pretend it's not happening. We have to figure out how do we help those workers transition?
Right.
How do we make sure the benefits of all this new tech are shared?
Man, that's a lot to think about. This article has been, like, eye-opening, but it also feels like we're just, I don't know.
Scratching the surface.
Yeah.
But, that's what a deep dive is all about, right? It gets you thinking.
It makes you want to learn more.
Ask more questions. Maybe even argue a little.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm already thinking about my commute differently. So where do we go next? What's the next layer of this deep dive?
Well, the article mentions something called...
It's like mobility as a service or something.
Yeah, mobility as a service, MaaS. Think of it like the Spotify of transportation.
Okay, now you've got my attention. Spotify, but for getting around. Explain that one.
So, like, instead of you having to own a car or even just using a bunch of different apps for different things,
right,
you'd have one platform and it just, like, handles it all.
Wow.
Public transit, ride sharing, even like those e-bike rentals. It's all right there.
So it just tells me the best way to get where I need to go based on, like, my budget and if I'm in a hurry. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, because it has all the information, right? It can be like, oh, there's traffic, or, hey, it's actually cheaper and faster to take the train today.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
No more trying to figure out if I should call a car or just rent a scooter.
Exactly. And it can factor in all that other stuff, too. Like, if you want to be green.
Oh, interesting.
If you want to take the eco-friendly route, even if it takes a little bit longer, you can do that.
Okay, now that's the future I want to live in. Personalized, efficient, good for the planet. Amazing. But it does make you wonder, like, with all this AI making decisions for us,
yeah,
what are we even doing? Are we just along for the ride?
It's a big question, right? And it's not just about transportation. It's like as AI gets more involved in our lives, we have to be careful.
Right.
We have to make sure that we're still making choices, that we don't just become like passengers in our own lives.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new technology, but we can't forget that we're the ones who decide how it's used.
Exactly. We have a voice and we need to use it. And that's why, I think these deep dives are so important.
Totally.
The more we know, the better choices we can make.
For sure. This has been, wow, from self-driving trucks to AI traffic lights. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So what's like the one thing you want our listeners to remember from all of this?
I think the biggest thing is that the future of transportation, it's not set in stone. It's not like decided yet.
Yeah.
It's a conversation that we're all having together.
I love that. The future of transportation is a conversation. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this deep dive, but it doesn't have to end here, right? Keep thinking about these things, ask questions, and imagine the possibilities.
And hey, maybe we will all be commuting in flying cars one day.
A person can dream. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into AI and transportation. Until next time.